Phasmophobia has just turned 5 years old, and as a celebration, they've redecorated the lobby, including kickable balloons and party poppers. Totally not obnoxious at all, but more importantly, they've doubled all XP gain, meaning this is by far the best time to grind levels out, especially if you're planning on prestiging to level 3 for the Steam achievement or getting the beautiful completionist ID card. I'm going to be showing you how I modified an existing method to make it even more profitable, and in some runs, I got more than $10,000, which is absolutely insane. Okay, we'll actually get into it now. First, go ahead and create a custom preset. These are the settings you're going to be using, allowing you to get a 13.57 multiplier, which is absolutely insane. I'm also going to leave all these in the description, so you don't have to worry about pausing and copying them all individually. You can just look at the list. Anyways, you should also create a custom loadout. You can also just modify one of your existing ones, but if you have enough slots, why not? And all you need to add is 1 igniter, 2 incense, and a salt. Now, it's preferred to have Salt Tier 3 because it slows down the ghost and has a much larger range, and a higher igniter doesn't hurt, but you want to use Tier 1 incense no matter what, and I'll show you why. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the first run. Okay, we're also going to be timing all of these runs so you guys can see just how long it takes. On average, you're going to have around under 2 minutes, maybe 1.5 minutes average. What you want to do is enter in immediately, place 1 salt, and then place 1 salt there and 1 salt there if you have Tier 2 or 3. For me, I only have Tier 1, so that's all we're doing. And then you're just going to wait right here, by the gate. I wait by the gate because sometimes the ghost can spawn there and it'll spawn on you and kill you. Oh, like it just did. And then you're just going to loop it around here. Okay, this ghost is very, very slow. That is a very, very slow ghost. I think that is a slow twin. I'm pretty confident that's a slow twin. And we were correct, so you can see that was 1:13 for that run, and we ended up getting $7,000 for that in 1:13 seconds. Absolutely crazy. Now, I'm going to be showing you all of the different ghosts you can identify and cannot identify. First, we're going to start off with the ones that you cannot identify. Unfortunately, there is nothing you can do in this short amount of time to identify these. So these 12, Spirit, Banshee, Jin, Mare, Shade, Demon, Yurei, Yokai, Goryo, Myling, Onryo, and Mimic, you cannot identify. If you're missing any Steam achievements and you want to get them easily, you can just click one of these and select it, and then if it happens to be that, you'll get it. That's a pretty good strategy, especially with something like Mimic or Goryo that might be difficult to identify. You can just do that, and then bam, Steam achievement. You can identify a Wraith with the salt that you put down. If the ghost walks over it and does not leave footprints, that means it's a Wraith. But it could be a Mimic. Okay, we're assuming that if it's a Mimic, it's a Mimic. You really can't do anything about that, I'm sorry. The Phantom is less visible during a hunt. The Oni is more visible during a hunt. The Poltergeist can do a Polter Bomb ability, and it will throw an item every 0.5 seconds while hunting. It will clear the table quickly. You will know if it's a Poltergeist. The Revenant is extremely slow until it finds you, and then it speeds up. The Diogen always knows where you are, and is extremely fast until it's close to you, and then it slows down. These two are basically opposites. Except the Diogen always knows where you are and will come to you immediately. The Revenant has no idea. The Hantu emits cold breath you can see on it. This is harder to see on the ghost model that crawls on the ground, but it's still pretty identifiable. The twins are either slightly slower or slightly faster than the average ghost. This is currently a bug, so I debated on including it or not, but I'm gonna leave it in right now because it's relevant. The Raiju makes a very loud heartbeat sound. I'm gonna put a clip here. That is a Raiju. That is a Raiju. You hear how loud that heartbeat is? That's the bug with the Raiju. Yep. That is very loud. That is much louder than it should be. I imagine this will be patched eventually, but it's not patched now, so I'm leaving it in the guide. It also has a longer range where it'll disrupt your radio and other electronics from, but I don't really do that during a hunt. The Obake will shapeshift during the hunt into a different ghost model. The Moroi and Thay are both very quick, but there's a way to differentiate them. There are a few differences between the Moroi and the Thay, which are both very quick, but they're not exactly the same. The Thay is always 2.75 meters per second, and it does not speed up in line of sight, which is important to remember. The Thay's speed sounds like this. The Moroi is blind for an additional 2 seconds after being incensed. And it has line of sight acceleration, which is very scary. Without seeing you, it's a little slower than the Thay, and it sounds like this. But when it sees you, it speeds up, and it can be this quick. Absolutely terrifying. Now, doing the strategy will teach you how the ghosts behave, and it will teach you how to identify them without any evidence and in just a hunt, but unfortunately, you cannot identify every single ghost. Oh god, it just started hunting immediately. So here it looks like we have an example of a ghost we cannot identify. This could be a djinn, a goryo, a demon, a spirit. It could also be a mimic mimicking one of the basic ghosts, but either way, we're not going to be able to identify it. Oh, that was really close. You can also use the gate like that to gain a speed boost. But unfortunately, that's going to be one of these many ghosts you cannot identify. I just always go with Spirit, because I feel like I'll hate myself if I don't go with Spirit, but if you have a lucky ghost, you can go with that too. It was a Goryo. I literally said Goryo too, that's crazy. You're gonna notice too, even if you get one challenge done, one of your random challenges, you're still gonna make a little bit of money purely because of the insane rewards. So that's always nice. Okay, so I'm gonna keep track of how much money I have right here and my level, and then what I'm gonna do is set this timer for 30 minutes. I'll show you some of the most interesting runs. Let's go ahead and get into it. 3, 2, 1, go. So, after some major skill issues, a little bit of luck, oh, lucky spirit, and a little bit of heartbreak. Mimic has, oh, it was a mimic mimicking an obake. I hate that so much. I died 4 times, misidentified a ghost once, and got 1 lucky spirit. We ended up at $77,212, and since we started with $22,661, that means we ended up making $54,551 in 30 minutes. However, I actually ended up doing 2 rounds of testing for a total of an hour. There are so many ways I can present this data though. Do I include the rewards from bonus objectives on failed runs? Do I use average scores for runs where I skill issued but had the ghost correct? Should I include mimics and lucky spirits even though they're just RNG? Ultimately, I'm deciding to keep the mimics and spirits included along with the bonus objectives because everyone that does this strategy will have those. As for my skill issue, I did go ahead and use an average score instead to make the run more accurate. In total, I ended up making $170k an hour with this method, the exact number being $169,860. Without bonus objectives, lucky spirits, and skill issues, it'd be less. Without mimics, it'd be more. Regardless, this is the most accurate amount of money per hour that I can get. Now, I'm going to be providing some alternate strategies for people who skill issue. Cam, maybe you should use those tips. Shut up, me. And other strategies you can use, starting with why I prefer the tier 1 over the tier 3 incense. Okay, so the tier 1 incense, what it does is the ghost still moves at normal speed, but it walks away from you. This is important when you're at 75% speed, because if you stun it right there, and then you make it halfway across the table, if he walks back to you, you'll just have to use the other incense in 5 seconds. However, if you stun it and then it walks away, you now have time to hide, it might even lose you, and then it won't come back to you. Since you only have 2 incense here, that is extremely important. Now, in any other strategy, I would say probably just use the tier 3. You can sprint away, you can get away very easily, find a closet you can hide in, and you're good. But in this method specifically, I just don't see the tier 3 incense being very good unless you're trying to differentiate between a Moroi and a Thay, but that's a 1 in 12 chance of getting either of them, so, you know. If I stun the ghost, it now walks away from me. I get over here. A lot of distance cleared. Same thing. And we're good. Here, you can see I stunned the ghost at 30 seconds. It should be moving at 5 seconds. Moving at 37. This is the same way, stunned it at 40 seconds. It's not moving. Takes 7 seconds. That means it's a Moroi. Unfortunately, I didn't get to test this one, but apparently the headgear counts as an electronic for the Raiju, so if you're mid-hunt and you turn on your headgear by holding T by default, it would theoretically make it faster and you could test for it that way, but it's so risky and it's so much management, I just cannot do it. My mind cannot do that, but if that's something you want to try, go ahead. If you're struggling to survive with the 2 incense at 75% player speed, you can always just turn that back up to 100. It'll put you down by 0.5, so you'll be making less money, but if you cannot live, or if you're just warming up, I would really suggest doing this. It's not a bad idea at all. There's no shame in surviving your runs. 100%. If you cannot do it on 75%, do not. Just do it on 100 until you're comfortable. I'm gonna do a few more runs while yapping, so I can kind of explain a few things I missed during this video. First of all, hi, welcome. This is my first video. I hope you guys find it useful. If you're still watching right now, you should subscribe. You really should. Like, you clearly find this information useful. This helped you. Please. I can just beg, please. I just hit 100% on Phasmophobia. The last achievement I needed was Prestige 3, so I was like, hey, may as well make a video on how I did it. This event was so insane. I hope they do more 2x XP events, because it's really nice. I feel like it's pretty obvious, but just grinding like this over and over and over again is useless. You're gonna ruin the game for yourself if this is all you do. Past Prestige 3, there's no reason for me to really do this anymore. The cosmetics are cool, but I don't need them. I'd rather get the cool ones like the Lighthouse badge or the Asylum badge. I also hate how long it takes for it to hunt sometimes. I've just been sitting here. If you guys have any suggestions for videos you'd like me to make, maybe an updated 2025 Apocalypse 3 guide, or some other video that you think would be useful that hasn't been covered by anyone yet, please let me know. I would be very happy to. I also forgot to mention at the very beginning, this is only on Camp Woodwind, and you need eye adaptation on to see it very clearly. You know you have eye adaptation if you stand close to this thing and you turn it on, and the sides of your screen all fade to black, but then you turn it off, and it gets brighter again. Oh my god, it's a Dio! It's the first Dio I've had while recording this entire video. That's insane. Mr. Dio. There we go. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please let me know anything else you'd like me to make. I'm sorry it comes out, like, basically at the end of the event. It actually might be over by the time this video comes out, but you'll just be making half of what I make every run, so, you know, it's still not bad. I meant to make it earlier, but oh my god, I had so many complications come up. I also really want them to fix that stutter. I think that appeared when the anniversary came out, but it's so annoying. I notice it every single time. It is so annoying. I'm also getting some lag while using the video camera. Here he is, our boy. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna put Jin for fun. Oh wait, did I see it a lot? Is it an Oni? No, surely not. Surely not. I think it's just gonna be a spirit or whatever, I can't identify. It was a Raiju! Oh, I thought the heartbeat was, coming from further away. Man. Well, now you get to see what the heartbeat sounds like from far away, too, with the Raiju, so there you go. And hopefully you guys picked up your veteran badge and the animated veteran badge from watching Twitch streams. If you didn't know these were a thing, if this was like a year in the future and you're watching this, first of all, that's weird. Second of all, sorry. I still think either this one or this one are the coolest Twitch drop badges. I don't really think the veteran one is that cool. I don't know. For me, I just run this loadout right now because it's so swag. It's so cool. I guess these two look pretty good together as well, but I just feel like this is the best combo. Okay, well thank you so much for watching. I hope you like and subscribe if you liked the video, and leave a comment down below if there's anything you think I could have done better or anything else you'd like to see. I'm going to show you a bonus clip of me and my friend Kat, and then that's going to be it. So thank you for watching. Enjoy, guys. Bye-bye.
Okay, I do have to go. We can do one speed run if you want.
Like a fucking speed run? Fucking speed run. Speed run. This is the speediest of runs. If there's a cursed object, we use it immediately. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Speed Run. Today we speed run. I'm checking for orbs as Kat checks the temps of the house. Okay, a warning before using it might have been nice. Just like a little itty bitty warning. Maybe.
You said immediately. You said immediately.
But like, okay, music box, here we go.
Sorry.
I want you to see my perspective. I literally walked right behind you. It started slow walking at me. I walk into a bathroom and it just goes through the door and eats me. Like, I didn't even have a chance.